you, Stephen. I don't know how you follow something like that. It starts with God, it seems to me. Or whatever our private notion around God is. That essence, that ineffable essence that we call the divine, it feels like it starts there. And so, now nearly 20 years ago, I had a conversation with God, which we are all having all the time. I simply didn't know it until then. I called it something else. I called it intuition or a lucky guess or inspiration. Sometimes I even called it women's intuition, borrowed. But it was, for me, what it is for all of us, a conversation with God. And I got down on my knees at a dark moment in my life, and I asked God, what is it I don't understand? Tell me what it is. And God said, very simply and very directly, you simply don't know who you really are. You imagine that you're some biological entity, some biological creature. Like the birds and the bees and the whales and the dolphins and another biological life form, like a tree. But what if you were more than that? What if you were not simply the physicality of you, but what if you were in fact a spirit, a soul with a body? And if that were true, a whole new set of questions would arise for you. Like, what am I doing here? What's this all about? What is my purpose? What is my function? And I've been looking at those questions ever since. And I've been guided along the way because I felt lost like a lot of us have felt. I felt lost in that whole process. Even as millions of people now around the world are feeling this sense of rebirth, beginning again, but how do I get where I want to go? Where are the steps? And so we look to others, we look to each other, in fact, to give us guidance, to give us inspiration along the way. I've had the blessing of having found such wonderful guidance from extraordinary sources of inspiration in my life. One of them, several of them, are sitting here. People like Barbara Marx Hubbard. People like Marianne Williamson. People like Jack Canfield. People like this man of magic who changes everything the minute he walks into a room, Michael Bernard Beckwith. But I thought to myself, I wish, have you ever had this feeling when Michael's up here bringing his magic? Have you ever thought, I wish I could be just a little bit like that? I want to be like Michael. And Michael's message is, you are. We all are. And so the opportunity for us, it seems to me, as we step into this new era to which Barbara has given birth, is for all of us to step into our Michaelness. Which is to say, our divinity. Because what's extraordinary about people like that is that they don't deny it in themselves, and they see it in us. That's what makes people like that change the world. Now, our opportunity is to do the same. What would it be like in these next days, weeks, and months ahead as we move into this new era if we all decided to accept our divinity, to share it in such a way that everyone else whose life we touch saw theirs as well, to make of our life a ministry that everyone whose life we touched would know who they really are? Would that change the world or what? And so that's our opportunity. That's our invitation from life itself, it seems to me, as we move into this new era to which we all around the world have given birth. And yet, as we step into our sense of the divine, we have to ask ourselves, what does that look like? What is that? I asked God, tell me in one paragraph the message you would bring to the world about divinity. And God said, I can give it to you in 5 words. God's message to the world in 5 words. You've got me all wrong. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to condemn you. I'm not going to punish you. I am only going to bless you, and then invite you to experience the blessing, to be the blessing, and to share the blessing. That's the invitation. So I'm so happy to have a chance to be with you here today, with these extraordinary human beings, all of these extraordinary human beings in this room, and all of the extraordinary human beings around the world. As we accept and receive the invitation, as we become and we send the invitation to everyone whose life we touch, to be what we were destined to be, and to make of our entire life a conversation with God.
Thank you, Neale. Give it up for him. Well, I did want to bring the Shift Award up on stage to assure you there actually is a Shift Award. And what it is, it's a little globe on the top of a pillar here. And it really symbolizes that we are each holding the new earth in our hands and bringing that forward. So this is Shirley's award, and she will get that as soon as we can. And next I want to bring up, we're going to have some guest MCs in the next segment so we can mix it up a little bit. And there's a really beautiful soul. I just met her. I don't know the Hollywood scene as much, but she's a famous actress. Her name is Neale Peoples, and she's going to be bringing some of her magic to the stage. Give her a warm welcome.
Thank you. How's everybody doing today? I'm so happy to be here. I just love being here because it's a safe place to just be. And I just want to say thank you for gathering to do that. I have the pleasure of introducing someone that you are familiar as being an actor. You probably know him from La Bamba or NYPD Blue. He also happens to be an activist. He sits on the board of many different foundations, including the National Hispanic Foundation, or National Foundation for Hispanic Arts and Creative Arts Communities and all that sort of thing. But I've known Isai for 30 years. He has been a connector to mainstream and the rest of the world, to the Hispanic community, since I've known him. In fact, the first time I met Isai, I don't even know if you remember this, I was shooting a film, a TV series called Fame. I was 22, and it was my first time in New York City filming. And I was sitting in my little trailer eating my lunch alone because I was real shy. And Isai was a guest star on the show. He walked in, just kind of knocked on my door and threw it open. And he whipped right over to my little stereo and turned it on classical music and started directing it. And I thought, what was your name again? And why are you in my trailer? I knew from that day on that Esai Morales was going to be a force to be reckoned with in this world, and he was going to be bringing himself full on everywhere he went and encouraging everyone else in his presence to do so. So it is my absolute pleasure to introduce Mr. Esai Morales.
Ah, the lovely dance. Thank you, Neale Peoples. Thank you. Wow. You know, I have to say really quickly, this is a milestone for me. For the last 20 years, people are like, you've got to go to Agape. You've got to go to Agape. It's, you know, it's right up your alley, Esai. You know, you think a little different than the mainstream, and this is my first time here. But in a weird way, not really, because, you know, we're all connected, and I've been here in spirit and in heart, and I know that so much of what you guys do is crucial, because we're living in a world that seems to be run by organized crime. And thank you, the organizers, the founders, the speakers, the communicators, for taking it from a world of organized crime to what I coined today, organized divine. This is what it's about. I have a closeted side to myself, which is music. I usually break into people's rooms and play it. But now I'm trying to come out of that closet. And this is my rock star, Ted Silbert, who, give a hand to Ted Silbert. I met a few years ago and I said, let's jam, let's do some music. You know, I'm like a kid who let's create, you know. And a lot of sad things are going on at the time. And even recently, a man and his mom committed suicide in Greece. They couldn't continue. A man and his mother. So the concept of this song was a guardian angel talking someone off a bridge, or helping someone figure out why to continue, why go on in this world. And this is paraphrased kind of like what he said. All in all, it's up to you. You are the best at what you do. You are the master universe co-creator. And even if you're not aware, love only gives you what you dare. It all depends on how we care for each other. For each other. So don't let go. And pick yourself up off the floor. There's no one out to hurt you now. Yes, you gave your all, now give it all the more. And let us know what you're about. Cause when you throw your love away, there's nothing left for us to say. Oh no. No, don't let go. Cause after all, it's what you know. How does it feel or make you grow? Some pain can teach us how to flow toward each other. And after all is said and done, you never hurted anyone. You lived your life and now you're done imitating. Procrastinating. Don't let go, no. And pick yourself up off the floor. Don't ever let them keep you down. Yes, you gave your all, now give it all the more. And let us know why you're around. Cause when you throw our love away, there's nothing left for us to say. We're through. They've up and left and gone away from you. There's no more love to go around. you are and let your blessings fall on you. Yes, you gave your all, now you're a shooting star. There's nothing better we could do, 'cause when you throw it all away, there's nothing left for us to say. Hey, hey. Thank you very much. Ted. Thank you, thank you. Oh my God.
Isa Morales.
We will come back and do it up some more. Thank you very, very much.
Stay out of the club.